how to answer this question, but I think the way he talks, he think he's Superman, right? And he is very disrespect, and not just with me, with everybody. Send it, right? We never talk directly. The times he wants to talk with me is always somebody in the middle. But at the time we talk directly in person, everything goes smooth.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez met with Turki Al-Sheikh in Saudi Arabia earlier today. But before the meeting, an unexpected heated exchange took place between the two boxing stars. The confrontation began when Canelo accused Crawford of talking trash in recent interviews. Frustrated, Canelo confronted him, saying, "You're a crazy man. What are you saying in your interviews?" The tense moment caught many boxing professionals off guard, adding even more anticipation to their highly
I
speculative
got the
rivalry.
speed over him. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse?
Ah,
The reality is Canelo does put people out, from
yeah.
Kirkland to Amir Khan to his.
Don't do.
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
no, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev
We have
was
to respect the
older.
provocation.
He
Joe,
does.
Billy
He
Joe.
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of.
Canelo claimed that Crawford had been appearing in interviews where he showed little to no respect for him or his past opponents. Crawford, for some reason, believes that the fighters Canelo faced in his 62 victories are nowhere near his level when it comes to boxing skills. This particularly angered Canelo, who feels his resume is far superior to Crawford's. "We'll see. We'll see in the ring," Canelo said. While Canelo was vocal about his frustrations, Crawford had little to say, simply advising Canelo to wait until they faced off in the ring before making any more noise.
He's not even in my weight class already. And, you know, it's a lot of things there doesn't make sense. And plus, at this point in my career, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, yeah. And I agree. I agree. So,
In an interview with Manuka Kopian, former undisputed welterweight champion and current super welterweight title holder Terence Crawford analyzed his upcoming fight against Canelo Alvarez. "I don't have to knock him out. I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there looking for the KO. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. When I analyze him, he's a small big guy moving up divisions. These bigger guys are slower. They might hit him, but he sees it at the last moment," Crawford explained. While Canelo, the reigning super middleweight champion, has faced larger opponents like Dimitri Bivol, Crawford, coming from two lower weight classes, believes his speed and agility will give him the advantage.
But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is nice.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
"I come from a lighter division, which is faster and more precise. If he gets hit with a clean shot he doesn't see, he can be hurt. He's not a machine. He's human like me. He bleeds like me," said Terence Crawford. Although he doesn't rule out a knockout, he won't enter the fight with that as his primary goal. Instead, his strategy will be to wear Canelo down, a tactic he believes could be even more effective coming from a lower weight class. "I won't step in thinking I can't hurt him, but I also won't step in thinking I'll try to knock him out. I'm going to fight my fight, and if the KO happens, then of course I'll take it," Crawford concluded. Although the fight isn't official yet, excitement is building. Everything suggests that the bout will take place after the summer. At least, that's what Turki Al-Sheikh has in mind after Canelo Alvarez unifies the super middleweight division against William Skull on May 3rd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Crawford has spoken confidently about the match, claiming he has the tools necessary to secure
Crawford
victory.
Canelo is biggest fight in boxing right now today.
Your fight would do bigger numbers than Benavidez Canelo.
100%, 100%. African American, Mexican, they always made for the biggest fights in history. I can easily go fight Virgil Ortiz, Fundor, whoever to make a quick buck or a quick little penny, but I'm looking at bigger
Terence
picture.
Crawford is living his dream right now, and he's making sure everyone knows it. While he's busy in the gym, bulking up and sharpening his skills, he's also making the rounds in interviews ahead of his highly anticipated September showdown in Las Vegas. Opinions on this fight are divided. Some fans and fighters believe weight classes exist for a reason, and that moving up against a bigger, stronger opponent is too risky. Others, however, have faith in Crawford's elite skill set. Right now, the undefeated 41-0 boxer is putting everything into this fight. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has a different challenge ahead, his May 3rd bout against William Skull in Riyadh. If Canelo wins, he will become the undisputed super middleweight champion for the second time, and that's exactly the version of Canelo that Crawford wants to face.
Which boxing is deeply rooted in an African American culture. So I do think that fight does a little bit more numbers than Benavidez versus Canelo.
This is a legacy fight. This is a generational fight. Will be talked about for years. When I'm gone, they'll talk about me. You remember Crawford coming up to 168 and fighting Canelo, two top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world in their prime, fighting each other.
Henry Cejudo immediately jumped in, asking if the fight would be more of a cat-and-mouse game, implying that Crawford might have to play it smart and move a lot. But Crawford shut that down quickly. He's not running from anything. Then came the comparisons, as Cejudo brought up Canelo's history of knocking opponents out, mentioning fighters like James Kirkland, who came off a 6th-round TKO victory in his last fight, but was knocked out by Canelo in the 3rd round in 2015. He also referenced Amir Khan, who suffered a 6th-round knockout loss to Canelo in 2016, and Sergey Kovalev, the WBO light heavyweight champion at the time, who was stopped in the 11th round when Canelo moved up from middleweight. But that's where Crawford drew the line. "Don't disrespect me," he shot back.
Well, Alvarez thinks you're not a 54 pounder. You're not a 54 pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he would grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say, what do you say?
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54 pounder.
Simply put, Bud Crawford wasn't impressed. He pointed out that Kovalev was older and then made a bold statement. "Don't get me wrong. Canelo has a lot of power, but all those guys you named are not as skillful as me. I'm sorry, no disrespect to any of those fighters, but the skill level is night and day." A strong claim, no doubt, but how does Crawford see a fight with Canelo Alvarez playing out? "A tough fight," he admitted. He acknowledged Canelo as a great fighter, but believed in his own skills even more. "The fact that people doubt me just fuels me. I watch him and I'm like, man, I can beat this dude." As for the size difference, the southpaw from Omaha wasn't concerned. "I've been fighting bigger opponents my whole life, and I always came out on top," Crawford said. In the end, he knows what to expect. You're going to get hit. It's a fight, but he's going to get
Your
hit
real
too.
weight class.
Our real weight class. Our real weight class.
It's not Canelo trolling.
I just want to know if I'm too small for 168. A lot of people my whole life been doubting me. I know I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
Yeah, but Canelo's pretty short too. Canelo's
Yeah,
your height.
we're the same height. We're the same height.
Exactly, for a 68 pounder. But he is a freaking boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a
If
thick
this
kid.
fight happens, Terence Crawford isn't stepping in just to survive. He's coming to win. And after he wins, what's next? Before anything else, he must settle things with Canelo Alvarez. As Crawford approaches his 38th birthday and prepares for his massive fight in September, a big question looms. Will he hang up the gloves afterward? Some believe retirement is on the table, while others think he still has more left in the tank. In a recent chat with The Ring magazine, Crawford gave a vague answer when asked about his future. When Manuka Kopian pressed him on what's next, after Canelo, Crawford simply shrugged it off. Who knows? Who knows? However, he did hint that a rematch with Canelo could be an option, or perhaps another huge fight. For now, though, he's focused on one thing: beating Canelo Alvarez.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you.
Right now, I'm just focused on him and mentally preparing myself for everything I need to do to secure a victory, said Terence Crawford, the WBA super welterweight champion. While Crawford made it clear that nothing has been decided about his next step, one thing is certain: the 154-pound division doesn't offer the same legacy-defining fights as facing Canelo Alvarez. At this stage in his career, that's what truly matters to him. Meanwhile, one fighter who has shown interest in the showdown between two of boxing's biggest names is David Benavidez, who has had Canelo on his radar for the past few years.
And still, he want 200 million for Benavidez. And he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Speaking right now BS with Jake Paul, David Benavidez shared his thoughts on the fight, stating that while he wouldn't be surprised if Crawford beats Canelo, he believes the weight difference will likely be the deciding factor. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. I think Crawford is a tremendous fighter with great boxing IQ, but the weight difference is just too massive. Not to take anything away from Crawford, but he didn't really look as strong at 154, and now he's moving up 2 more weight classes to 168. I think that alone says everything that needs to be said. Benavidez.
Crawford looks like it's going to come to fruition. It's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. I wish both of them the best. All right, next question. I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am. To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting.